I'm Sophie. Welcome to my channel, Sophie's Teaching. And today in this video, I would like to show you how to plan a circle time or mat time or group time in your early childhood center. And you can apply those skills to a little bit older group and let's see for the foundation years of a primary school. And you still use these skills. And even for a little bit older one, like year 2, year 3, but I think your content will be a little bit different, and the time and all the activities gonna change with their with the individuals or groups interests and needs, and also your learning goals. All right, enough talk for now. I'd like to sing a song to welcome everyone. Everybody do this, do. Everybody do this, do this, do this. Everybody do this just like me. We're going to use this tune to sing, everybody say hello. Tolu, fa. Everybody say hello, say hello, say hello. Everybody say hello just like me. 你好，安妞，konnichiwa. Namaste! Hola! Bonjour! Kia! There's so many ways to say hello, but today Sophie's going to show... Oh, I think it's more for teachers today. Alright, so today I would like to use a kalikia to start our session. I would like to see me inaitato. Kiato ti langi malie. I loto, I tene fale, o tato, I tene wa. Peace be settled in this building for all of us today. Let's pretend we're all in a same space. And as you can see, all right, yeah. And as you can see, all right, good, yeah. If you have any questions, just leave a comment. All right, so the first, I made a PowerPoint, and as you can see, the first one is a really nice picture of 2 teachers or 2 adults playing with a small group of children. That's really intimate time they spend with each other. And that means you can see the teacher pull a really beautiful smile on and open wide their arm to give children a hug. That's lovely. That means they are having fun. And how to plan your circle time and mind time. And first we're going to talk about what does circle time, group time look like in New Zealand. That means because in China, this is gonna be total different. It's kind of like teacher directed or teacher centered teaching. You can barely see children how to say have a chance to to express their feelings or ideas and opinions that much. But in New Zealand, there's a group time and or hui time that could involve everybody in. So you have one main teacher to organize today's you can also call it the leading teacher to organize circle time and a group of children. And you also remember to bring in the resources and props that supports your circle time. And also don't forget the topics and the themes that helps you to make sure your circle time is fun and also meaningful. All right, and if you have been watching my videos, you will probably be aware of that there are 4 aspects that the Kindy Rocks music program taught me. That is movement, reputation, and singing voice, and also fun. These 4 aspects actually contribute a lot to children's brain development. And they use the metaphor they call the Merlin. When children use or sing a song or have fun at a group time that involves, or any learning involves these four aspects, that means they are more likely to generate like millions. Millions is like a tot you put on the road, you like spread around the road, linked to make the road quite smooth, and link the place to another place really smoothly. So I always remember after that training is like always make sure I have a really catchy and repetitive like melodies and the tunes and the words introduced and to the children, and also it has things can make them to jiggle around and move. It's different from middle school or high school, right? Even middle school or high school, they still use kalikia or singing to like to start a day. So I think singing movement it goes to every kind like age group of students. And of course, it need to be fun and meaningful. Fun means, yeah, you don't want it to be feel like too bored, and so that means the teacher really need to know the children's interests and needs so well. And this is the thing like this will be the thing I will explain later. All right. So as to the second slide, you can see what does Te Whariki say about circle time. Te Whariki, as you can see, this green book, and as a really cool early childhood learning curriculum in New Zealand, and in Australia. They do the same. They could do the quite similar thing. Their one called becoming, becoming, and well-being. So these documents, we call them a curriculum. It's not like you teach for teaching children. It's more for teachers' handbook, as for you to see what kind of like teaching goals and aspects you should focus on. On this PowerPoint, you can see there are five strands. And well-being, mana atua, belonging, mana whenua, contribution, mana, well-being, mana atua, belonging, mana whenua, contribution, mana tangata, communication, mana leo, exploration, mana atua. And this curriculum has been written in English and also Te Reo Māori. That's our next official language in New Zealand. And it's a pretty as you when I open this one. And this book, the most important thing we as a teacher we should be aware of is the first one. This page is like we teacher believe children are competent and confident learners and communicators, healthy in mind, body, and spirit, secure in their sense of belonging, and in knowledge that they make a valued contribution to society. Competent and confident learners, yeah, that's kind of like they're about their that's the basic thing. Like we should respect the children, and then communicators. That means the children should have is it because it's a screen, green screen? You can't say it properly. I can see communicator means the children focus on more. You should develop children's communication skills, and healthy in mind, body, spirit. That means that links to the well-being, the strengths. And also secure in their sense of belonging, of course, it links to belonging, mana whenua, and in the knowledge of and in the knowledge that they make a valued contribution to society. That means contribution. So you can see that's a really great it's a really short paragraph, and that could link to or indicates as these 5 strengths in Te Whariki: well-being, belonging, contribution, communication, and exploration. That's so easy, and for every teacher to this is so easy for every teacher to relate it to, and also to for them to recognize children's learning. All right, so let's just take one strand out and see how Te Whariki see about the circle time. That means why we should have circle time. You do this teaching practice to the children, and what kind of the meaning and the learning goals you would like to support. And as to strand one, well-being, mana atua. It says children's emotional well-being is nurtured. This is the second goal under this strand. Children's emotional well-being is nurtured. What does it mean? It means children, with lots of your practice through circle time, and children will become increasingly capable of managing their feelings and needs. And that also says daily routines should respond to individuals' needs and allow for a variety of group interactions on a daily basis. The Te Whariki says, yeah, circle time is a part of this daily routine, right? And this circle time responds because the teacher, when you plan for it, you can like respond to each kid's individual interest and needs, and also make use of this hui time, this group time, to enhance more communication, interactions, and with their peers and the teachers. So this is a thing I feel really great about Te Whariki. You can like feel all your teaching practice can like get validated by official document and or curriculum. So that's really great. You feel like you're doing something and that is meaningful and supportive to children, and also and brings up your confidence of teaching, and building up your knowledge of this industry as well. All right, so next we're going to move to what theme should I bring to circle time. So when it comes to circle time, you may see it goes kind of like on a daily basis, and you may have 2 or 3 teacher or even bigger group of a teacher team, and everybody will contribute to this circle time. And what will you do? Well, you do like you do one teacher do one thing, another 2 teachers do the other thing, a third teacher do a totally different one, and I don't think that's emphasize the continuity in this early childhood center. And for different group like baby room, and I mean we call nursery room and toddler room, preschooler room, they have their different circle time. That's all fine, that's all good. And but within a certain room, like let's say preschooler room and or toddler room, you have a kind of like general kind of like structure. You kind of like have a general structure for this circle time. Then why should we have this structure? That means you need to make this like how to say, you make this circle time, you treat this circle time as a really important part of the expected routine of the day. And that means when it hits 10 o'clock, children knows that's the time to do circle time, and then they also need to like transit their body and the emotion, all the things from really crazy mode probably to a listening and a focusing mode. So they all need you to set up the rules, and all need you to bring in. And as to these topics, and I give you an idea. So like teachers, through daily observation of children's exploration and play, what learning have you recognized? So I see, oh, and this kid, a small group of children, they really, they are keen to learning something about the vehicles. And then yeah, probably you will plan a circle time that calls a vehicle themed circle time. And how would you like to support and extend children's learning interests and needs? How would you support them? You feel like, I know a really great song about tutu tree. I know a great song about different sound of these vehicles, and you also organize the other activities. So these all the activities all based on your notice. We call it observation. Yeah, you can call it observation, and your recognition. Recognize children's learning interests and needs. That makes them to get more involved in your circle time. All right, and this is not the only one you can focus on. You can also focus on, like, you can also think what's your teaching goals of this year. And you may have set up a one big goal. Like my ones are like how to support the children's social, emotional, and language development, and through through circle time and through some the other activities, or you have all different goals. And then you can also see how to embed the Te Whariki well in our curriculum. And this could be your teaching goal, could be your month focus or group like planning topics. In New Zealand we have a board that we call the board display, and then you have focus. You can see something about the love, something about kindness, something about sea creatures, treasures. Yeah, this is all your teaching focus, our learning focus. And also don't forget the focus of your center's internal evaluation. Now, if your curriculum can respond to that, to the internal evaluation, you also like as a teacher contribute positively to the centers, like how to say, to the centers development. So yeah, all these aspects you can see I listed them based on a really small one, children first, and then you as a teacher, and then your team, and also your center. Yeah, that's kind of like the under the theme part. That's what I thought. It's more, this video is more about like have a conversation with you, and I'm still practicing. It's gonna be my first kind of like a professional development video. So all right, now let's move to part 4. What's the main structure of circle time? So what's the main structure of your circle time? Talks about the first one, how to bring children's emotion up and then down. This means like your circle time, when you want to deliver some information and or also support children's learning, and also demonstrate something, resources and teaching your plans, you cannot just like see everybody sit down and then I'm going to show you something. So for like older group, maybe for older group of children that may be fine, but for the younger group that may be really hard for them to calm their body down and so focused on your listening. And at this time, you're welcome to sing some song to bring them back to the to the mat time, or kind of like translate them from free play to structured and organized circle time. So lots of songs you can use, like sit down and clap, and that's a song from Kindy Rock. And they are more sit down song, or the Hali Mikey Loto come inside. Hali Mikey Loto come inside. We use these songs to bring children in. Alright, once they sit down, you can see everybody do this, do this, do this. Everybody do this just like me. It's also a really good way to bring children in. And I found the music music works way much better than the other things can like translate the children smoothly. And once the children sit down, are you going to really directly and immediately play a really crazy song for them to dance? Of course not. You will definitely, you probably need some time. You probably need to give children some time, right? And then by saying, so how's everyone today? And how about like roll a ball so we can see who's within us at the circle time. And I always talk about weather, week, and the upcoming big events to make children feel, oh, that's surprised. So then when they feel surprised, and then they will listen to you when you got to the attention, and then you can do this. You can demonstrate your teaching things to them. And so I as you how to say that recently I did a circle time about Easter Egg Bunny themed circle time. As you can see on this screen, right side of the screen, circle time planning, and I use a welcome song Tina Kui to bring everybody in, and also I sing the weather song, and then I will bring children up by singing, let's do some jiggling and warm up our bodies for the day. All right, because our circle time always stay around 9:30 to 10 o'clock, around that time. That's the time they feel like, oh, wiggle a little bit and shake those silly things out, and then you come to sit down and listen to the stories, and or board stories, failed stories, any kind of thing. So you kind of like use this dance to bring their emotion up, and then down, slowly bring them back. And welcome to have a look. And but you're welcome to use the other ways to do it. At least you show your planning. Yeah, right. And second, how to make children listen and get attention on teacher. Like I said, you're welcome to use a song, and you're also welcome to use your way of saying. So like, Bakalongo my means listen to me. Kolelu my means talk to me. Titilo my means looking at me. Listen, look, talk to me. There's so many ways. That's a really nice song, right? Or sometimes say, are you listening? Are you listening? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And also, sit down, you're rocking a boat. Sit down, you're rocking a boat. And or you can do some really cute things and then use a sing, like I said, singing really helps me to bring children's attention on me. And yeah, welcome to share with me your way of catching children's get the children's attention. Number 3, what role does music play at the circle time? Like I said, it helps. It's kind of like bring children kind of like involve children in this too, and make them easier, make them to open their mind, open their ears, and they'll get ready to listen. If I say, Tamaliki, go sit down, please, and then you feel so chaos. The whole classroom is so terrible, and or sometimes I'm just use the wheels on the bus go round and around. Easy, catchy, everybody knows it. Yeah, when everybody can sing, they are more likely to open their ears and open their eyes and stop talking to help you to sing this song. And that's what I found. And the number 4, how to transit the children to circle time and then transit to the next routine, transit to the next routine of the day. Yeah. So these are the 4 aspects I would suggest to you to think about And in this way, you will well plan your structure of the of doing the circle time or group time, mat time, anyway of your saying. All right, and I think next we're going to move to this cute picture, and that's what I learned from 4E's Consulting. It's kind of like early childhood center consult. They provide early childhood consulting service. One of like this, Stacy said, "I'm so much more than just a teacher. I am a counselor and a psychologist. I'm a police officer. I'm a travel agent. I do so many things, right? Party planner, politician, a doctor, a mother and a father, photographer. Oh my goodness, look at this list. We have been doing so many things, right? When we seem to stray away, when we seem to stray from values, I become a preacher. But I'm proud to have to be these people because I'm proud to see I'm a teacher. You can see there are so many roles a teacher play in one day, probably in even 10 minutes. And that means you're gonna have this all these skills like it is said to solve problems, to schedule for a trip, and to shoot good videos, and catch the really precious moment. That means you also need to prepare lots to get lots of resources, right? And so part 5, I'm going to talk about what resources should I use at the circle time. So this list, as you can see, shows the main general things we can use, like multiple media and tools and materials that include tons of these things made with technology and science, and a variety of props. And this my suggestion probably will give you a little bit idea about props. And it could, for me, it could go to anything around the house, anything around your center, around the children. Even a paper plate, something like paper plate you don't use, that you can play, or you can introduce this to children. Let's pretend that these are the wheels, right? And also scarves, and also music, and musical instrument I'm going to see next. And also you're welcome to do games sometimes. And you have a morning circle time and afternoon circle time. Afternoon circle time could be a really how to say unstructured, could be something really fun, like doing a game in a raining day. Why not? All right. And also don't forget, you're gonna use a wide range of books, songs, poems, and chants, these things. This is such a lovely book. I got A Commotion in the Ocean from Gales and David. And children love reading books. If someone likes if one of my child, or if my students, they are keen to learn more about sea creatures, it's gonna be a book I gonna read with them. And different topic, different themes, and then will encourage you to bring different kinds of resources to your circle time. Just think about that. Anything, even a paper bag. All right, so part 6. I have been talking so many things with you within a short time, and that's also the time for me to hold us all back, wait a little bit, and think what's the most important thing you should prepare before you do a circle time with the young children. With the young children or with the older group, no matter what kind of age group you are going to teach with, you always need to reflect on this question. What's the most important thing you should prepare? You can think about it. And this is my third year of teaching in early childhood sector, and I have been mentoring two student teachers from college and university. So that means I also need to ask this question from them. So like, what's the most important thing you should prepare when you gonna go practice circle time or group time with our children? And one of my student teacher, he found a job, and he's currently experiencing some difficulties with managing children's behaviors and supporting children with special needs, and also need to like learn to how to work with his team members and colleagues. There are so many things for him to do, but there's only one thing that stand out can give you the answer. That is relationship. Relationship is the key. Relationship helps you to build a sense of trust, and kindness, and even humor, anything with that kids learning environment, and the kids family, and even his friends, his favorite things, his likes and dislikes, sensory likes and dislikes. All these things helps you to know more about these children, or one certain or like one individual. And once you have built up a beautiful, positive, reciprocal, or responsive relationship with everyone in this center, and then you will find your circle time will goes more smoothly. It will go more smoothly than you expected, because when they trust you and they would like to listen, and when they have a sense of belonging with you, and you how to say that, when you have a sense of belonging, and when the children can find a sense of belonging in your teaching group, they are more likely to open mind themselves. They're more likely to open themselves to the learning experiences, and then they would like to contribute to this small group. And while they contribute, they need to use the language, and when they use the language to communicate, they kind of like to learn to look after their emotional well-being, their feelings and needs all got met. So from this point, think about what I said. So through doing this, through a relationship, you can bring in 5 teaching goals, 5 teaching strengths in Te Whariki to children. 5 teaching goals. Yeah. And so there are so many goals, actually, exactly I should say, and links to 5 strengths and in under Te Whariki. Yes, that's so. If you can if anything that bothers you, and you feel like you're stuck there, go back to the bottom of the pyramid. Start to build up more communication, and understanding, and respectful teaching practice with the children and their family, exactly as I displayed the other day. So like, this is a incredible years program, and in this program there are so many teaching skills and strategies you can use to support children's development and competency. And the basic one always gonna be the talking, listening, problem solving, play, attention, empathy, praise, encouragement, incentives, and celebrations. And then it goes up to the classroom structures and limits, And then to the top is more like distractions, like ignoring, engagement, and even more like use selectively of reminder of expected behavior and warning of consequences. You can see the basic, the most important one are always the bottom one, the one you use liberally, and then slowly you go up, and then use these strategies selectively. And this beautiful talking, listening all remind you to build up a close relationship with your group of children. Yeah, that's my answer. You could have a different answer, and I think it's all on this relationship umbrella. And welcome to bring more things to me. And I would love to challenge my own thinking, my way of thinking, and my ideas and my knowledge, and learn something more. All right, and I think now we're going to move to next session, part 7. What aspects should I reflect and evaluate of my circle time? Now that you have finished one circle time or 1 week circle time, what are you going to reflect? You may see, I did a great job of doing circle time. Children all got involved in. I feel so great about myself of being a teacher, being a student teacher, being a reliever teacher, or what kind of educators roles you play in that center. And that's all good. That's all great for us to go to the next stage. What's next? And or reflect what I'm going to do about my own teaching abilities. So you can see I listed a couple of these things. The first group is about the children. So were your activities age and ability appropriate? Did you involve children well? Did you involve children so well in your curriculum, in your circle time? And have you met up with the special needs of individual child or a group of children? So have you tried to listen to children and by giving them lots of choices? Like, which book would you like to read today? Yeah, so something like this. Yeah, it's a really great way to see you are actually trying to listen to children. You respect their ideas in this group. All right, after children, the second box goes to the colleagues and families' feedbacks. And remember to update those learning skills with parents and those beautiful learning fantastic moments with parents about their kids or kid. And last, and all still goes back to you, and what works in this circle time and what not. Add one more. It's a beautiful song called Add One More from Kinney Rock, but I use it to my own teaching as well. Add one more means what can you do next time by improve one aspect? And then you can think, and every day you improve one aspect, and then 10 days, a week, a month, and the whole year you're gonna make a big differences, aren't you? Yeah. And yeah, remember to link to your teaching goals. Always review and trace back to your teaching goals and to see any other things you need to embed in circle time. All right, I think at the end we goes back to my examples. So on YouTube channel, Sophie's Teaching, I have been updating so many different types of activities you can do at the circle time. It's not, sometimes could be like I displayed before. You could even do a show, a stage show or magic show, or even do magician jobs. Like I would like to show children one of the tricks. Yeah, looks the tricks, but yeah, you need a little bit of skills of doing that. So anything you feel like, oh, it kind of like can get the children involved in and support their positive learning as goals and outcomes. Yeah, bring them in and try it with your group of children. So this is a one, and then there's so many examples and activities. They are a little bit longer, but also remember the age group gonna be a little bit different. That means like for babies, probably a really short time, 10 to 15 minutes. Toddlers, probably 20 minutes. And add longer for preschoolers and primary school year, younger years, foundation year children. And yeah, it's like they may have 30 minutes or 40 minutes, and then each day also varies. So some day they're really crazy, probably more songs, more dances. Some day people may feel like children may feel really tired. It feels like let's do a massage song, let's do a yoga song, let's do a really quiet and relaxing and calming songs, and or books, and or any other things you feel so like that is positive to your teaching practice. And this is just the one of my one. And in my teaching, and as you all know, I have been trained with Kindy Rock, and one of my teaching, so like all my circle time structure and kind of like got validated by Judy's words as well. So like you can bring the song, and you can also bring the props, and also bring a theme to your circle time, to your small session of lesson plan. And I planned these things a little bit longer. It's more for a bigger group of children, more like over 3. And yeah, as you can see, this yeah, you can probably choose one song, one book, and one prop play with a small group of children that is aged around 2 years old. And yeah, and then see kakite song. So yeah, and then I will also use your words to indicate. So like after singing this song, or after reading this book, we're going to holoe linga linga, wash our hands. And then children will say, oh, that's the expected behavior, and then that's the predictable routine. And I know the expectation, I know how to do it properly. All right. And so I think it's a time for me to say kakite to everyone. And that's so lovely. It's my first time of sharing this knowledge with you, and I hope I hope to do more of this like professional development, sharing things and courses online, and listening to more opinions and feedbacks. I think it will be good for my for my own professional development as a early childhood teacher. All right, thank you for watching. I need to say kakite to you guys. Kakite, 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 I know. We will see you, we will see you, we will see you again. Kakite, bye bye. See you next time. Thank you. See you, see you.